Ribadu of Ibadan and other stakeholders expressed concern over persistent boundary disputes between Ibadan and Iwo. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji Ojo orders investigation into allegations of extortion involving officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. On the foreign scene, funeral of Pope Francis set to hold on Saturday, April 26 in St. Petersburg Square. Good evening. This is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. I am Femi Ojo. The National Security Adviser Nuhu Ribadu has reaffirmed the commitment of the federal government to tackling insecurity in Benue and other parts of the country. He also acknowledged the efforts of the Benue State Governor Intalia in addressing insecurity, but warned against individuals exploiting the situation for personal gain. Ribadu stated this on Tuesday during a chat with journalists at the government house in Makurdi as he visited Benue over the spiraling insecurity that have claimed over 120 lives. He also conveyed the president's firm resolve to bring an end to insecurity and urged cooperation from all stakeholders to ensure lasting stability. Ribadu's assertions came amid rising concerns over security challenges in Benue and other states in the north-central region. In the meantime, Governor Caleb Mutfwang of Plateau State has raised the alarm over the escalating insecurity plaguing the state, declaring that since the return to democratic rule in 1999, Plateau has remained under relentless attacks by bandits and terrorists. He revealed that the criminal groups have now seized control of nearly all the state forests, game reserves, and grazing areas. Speaking during a crucial stakeholders meeting with prominent citizens of the state, Governor Mutfwang expressed deep concern over the grim intelligence reports that describe key areas as major operational bases for terrorists, bandits, and kidnappers. The governor pointed out that aside from Langtang North and Langtang South in the southern zone, virtually all other local government areas are experiencing frequent violent attacks. He emphasized that these issues have persisted for over 20 years. Governor Mutfwang then urged for unity and collective action to preserve the state's heritage and ensure future generations do not inherit a land lost to lawlessness. Worried about insecurity in the state, the Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo has convened a security stakeholders meeting with political, traditional, and religious leaders in Edo North Senatorial District. The meeting was held at Iyamu, the country home of former governor of the state, Senator Adams Oshiomhole, in Esako West local government area of the state. Speaking after the meeting, Governor Okpebholo assured that under his watch, criminal elements would not succeed in destabilizing the state. He vowed to deal decisively with criminals and make the state uninhabitable for the activities, saying the security stakeholders meeting had become necessary to ensure that peace and security are maintained across the state and in the senatorial district. Also speaking, Senator Oshiomhole commended Governor Okpebholo for the initiative and the novel approach to handling security issues in this state.
Who has come to discuss with the FMI community about what he has been doing and what he will continue to do to ensure security of life and property in Edo State and for today in Edo North. He gave our people the opportunity to speak, as you must have seen, for 3 hours to hear everybody out, and he has given the assurance that he will continue. We will say he will start because he has already started. The people also thank him and appreciate his initiative. He has provided vehicles to the police, he's bought motorbikes for the people, and so on and so forth. And working together, he recognized that the local people have their own role to play. So we have also discussed how the communities will work with the security agencies.
And here in the southwest, the Olubado of Ibadan land, Oba Owolabi Olakuleyin, alongside Olubado in council, and other critical stakeholders in Ibadan land have expressed concern over persistent boundary disputes between Ibadan in Oyo State and Iwo in Osun State. The made is known in a statement after a meeting held at the Bodija residence of Otun Olubado of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Ladoja. In a statement, the stakeholders submitted that a major reason behind the irretractable problem is gold mining rather than land dispute. The stakeholders called for drastic action to be taken against criminal suspects who destroy lives and property in the areas under reference. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, has ordered an immediate investigation into allegations of extortion involving the officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. This was disclosed in a statement on Tuesday by the spokesman to the Minister of Interior, Babatunde Alao. He said the officers, according to a viral post, allegedly extorted 5.2 million naira from a group of young men traveling from Ado-Ekiti State to Akure in Ondo State. According to the statement, the minister noted that any officer found guilty will face the full weight of the law. The Kaduna State Police Command has debunked the report of a bomb explosion in the Abakpa area of the metropolis, which reportedly killed 2 children. The spokesman of the command, Monsieur Hassan, said in a statement that preliminary investigations conducted by the anti-bomb squad indicate that a locally made firearm was discharged, resulting in the unfortunate loss of life of a young boy. According to the police, the incident, which occurred about 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday at Josawa Road in the Abakwa area, claimed the life of a 12-year-old boy identified as Abubakar Mohammed, while 7 other individuals sustained varying degrees of injuries. Police disclosed that further investigations and assessment are ongoing to determine the exact circumstances surrounding the incident. The command equally assured the public that further development will be promptly and transparently communicated. You're watching News at 7 on Western Spring Television, and still to come. Trailer transporting goods rams into group of worshippers during a procession along the Gombe-Yola Federal Highway. We'll bring you more on these when we return. Stay with us.
Born Jeremiah Oyeni Obafemi on March 6, 1909. Obafemi Awolowo was a prime architect of Nigeria's independence and most consummate advocate of free education and social welfare in Africa's most populous nation. Erudite politician, thinker and philosopher, Awo was fondly addressed by associates and political colleagues, brought his unique attributes to bear on governance in the defunct Western region. He administered as leader of government business and the premier between 1955 and 1958. Obafemi Awolowo's premiership witnessed pioneering in the multi-sectoral policy initiatives and execution. The Western region under his administration paraded several enviable records. First television station in Africa, first real estate in Nigeria, first high-rise building in Nigeria, first modern sports stadium in Nigeria, first agricultural settlement in Nigeria, first modern civil service secretariat in Nigeria, and first industrial estate in Nigeria. His face is on 100 naira denomination as a mark of honor for his distinguished services.
You're welcome back. This is the news at 7 on Western Spring Television. A reminder of our headlines. National Security Adviser Nuhu Ribadu visits Benue State and reaffirms federal government's commitment to tackling insecurity. Olubado of Ibadan land and other stakeholders expressed concern over persistent boundary disputes between Ibadan a new war. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo orders investigation into allegations of extortion involving officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. And on the foreign scene, funeral of Pope Francis set to hold on Saturday, April 26 in St. Peter's Square. The Easter celebration turned tragic on Monday when a trailer transporting goods rammed into a group of worshippers during a procession along the Gombe-Yola Federal Highway in the Biliri local government area of the state. It was learned that the accident claimed 5 lives and left several others injured. Reacting to the incident, the state governor Inuwa Yahaya ordered a full-scale investigation into the incident. The tragedy ignited unrest in the area as irate youth took to the streets. Reports said the trailer involved in the crash was set ablaze by an angry crowd who also demanded the release of the driver from police custody. Tensions quickly escalated into clashes between the protesters and the police, leading to the looting of shops and theft of motorcycles across parts of Biliri. The police, however, eventually brought the situation under control and restored calm to the area. A coalition of 100 civil society organizations under the banner of Civic Room for Rule of Law has called on President Bola Tinubu to immediately sack the sole administrator of Benue State, Vice Admiral Iboke Taibas, retired, over what they describe as flagrant disregard for presidential directives and the rule of law. The coalition, in a statement signed by its president Maxwell Egbo on Tuesday, threw his support behind the human rights lawyer Femi Falana, who earlier urged the federal government to remove Ibes. According to the coalition, Ibes has unilaterally made appointments and dismissed government officials appointed by Governor Sim Fubara without any legal backing from the presidency. The group described Ibes' actions as unconstitutional and dangerous, warning that they pose a threat to peace and governance in the state.